Hello my dear scholars, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing great. So scholars, in this video we are going to start with exercise 6.2. In our previous video we have seen sums from exercise 6.1 and today we'll start with exercise 6.2 which is related to reducing a fraction to its lowest form. We will see how to reduce the given fraction to its lowest form. Okay, scholars? So we'll start with exercise 6.2. Reducing a fraction to its lowest form. Okay, we have to reduce the given fraction to its lowest form. How to do it? We have different method for reducing the fraction to its lowest form. We will see one by one. Okay, to reduce a fraction to its lowest term, we have to divide the numerator and denominator by their highest common factor. Okay, we have to divide numerator and denominator by their highest common factor. This method is also known as simplifying the fraction. Okay, a fraction is said to be in its lowest term when there is no common factor between the numerator and denominator other than 1. When there is no common factor, then we can say that such fraction is in its lowest form or it is in its reduced form. Okay, scholars. Now we'll see exercise. Okay, from exercise 6.2, I will solve few sums. Few sums you will be doing it by yourself. Okay, reduce the given fraction. Okay, so first question we have 8 upon 12. Okay, we have fraction as 8 upon 12. We have to reduce 8 upon 12 in its lowest term, in its reduced form. Okay, now we know that 8 and 12, they both are even number. Okay, they can be divided by 2. Since 8 and 12 are even number, so we can easily divide by 2. Okay, so what we will do first? First of all, we will divide 8 and 12 with 2, right? So when we will divide 8 by 2, we'll get quotient as 4. And when we will divide 12 by 2, we'll get quotient as 6. Now we have fraction as 4 upon 6. Okay, but again we can see that 4 upon 6 is not its lowest form. Okay, it is not in the reduced form. Because 4 and 6 are even number, we can easily divide them by 2. Okay, so what we will do? We will again divide the new fraction, that is 4 upon 6 by 2. Okay, so when 4 upon 6 is divided by 2, we'll get new fraction. See, when 4 is divided by 2, we'll get quotient as 2. And when 6 is divided by 2, we'll get quotient as 3. Okay, now we have reduced form of 4 by 6 as 2 upon 3. Okay, now we can see that we cannot reduce more. Okay, because there is no common factor other than 1. Okay, the common factor of 2 and 3 is only 1. So 2 upon 3 is a reduced form of 8 upon 12. Okay, scholars. So scholars, now we will see one more sum of question number 1, that is sum number C. And fraction we have 9 upon 24. Now scholars, we know that in table of 3 we can find these both numbers, that is 9 and 24. It means that we can easily divide this fraction, that is 9 upon 24 by 3. Okay, so we will divide by 3. Okay, now when 9 is divided by 3, we'll get quotient as 3. Okay, now when we will divide 24 by 3, we'll get quotient as 8. So the reduced form of 9 upon 24 we got as 3 upon 8. Now scholars, we can see that there is no common factor other than 1 in 3 upon 8. It means that 3 upon 8 is the reduced form or the lowest form of 9 upon 24. Okay, therefore the reduced form of 9 upon 24 is 3 upon 8. Okay, why? Because we cannot reduce further. We cannot find any common factor that divides both the number. Okay, scholars. So scholars, now I will start with question number 2, that is reduce the given fraction by HCF. HCF means highest common factor. We have to reduce the given fraction only by its highest common factor. So scholars, let's see how to do it. For this, first of all, we have to find factors of given numerator. Then we have to find factors of given denominator. From there we have to find common factors, and from common factors we have to find HCF, and whatever HCF we will get, we have to reduce the given fraction with that HCF. Okay, let's see. I will solve few sums from this question. Few sums you will be doing it by yourself. Okay, so sum number A we have as 21 by 35. Okay, the given fraction is 21 by 35. So first of all, I will find factors of 21. Then I will find factors of 35. Then I will find common factors of 21 and 35. From there, I will find HCF, and then I will reduce this 25 by 35 to its lowest form. Okay. So here we have factors of 21 as 3 multiplied by 7, because 3 sevens are 21, and factors of 35 as 5 multiplied by 7. Okay. Now we have to find common factors. Now scholars, we can see that number 7 is present in both the factors. Okay, it means 7 is a common factor of 21 and 35. Okay, common factor is 7. Since we have only one common factor, it means HCF is also 1. That is, highest common factor of 21 and 35 is 7. Okay, now we'll start with our step number 2. That is we have to reduce a given fraction by its HCF. Okay, so now we have to divide 21 and 35 by their HCF, that is by 7. Okay, so see how to do it. 21 by 35 divided by 7. Okay, now when I will divide 21 by 7, I will get quotient as 3, and when I will divide 35 by 7, I will get quotient as 5. Okay, that means we have reduced fraction as 3 upon 5. Okay scholars, so the reduced fraction of 21 by 35 is 3 upon 5 by HCF method. Okay scholars. So scholars, now we will see one more sum of question number 2, that is sum number D, and the fraction we have for sum number D as 30 upon 48. Okay, similarly we have done of A, we have to follow the same steps. First of all, find factors of 30, then we have to find factors of 48, we have to find common factors, and then we have to multiply common factor to get its HCF. Okay, and in second step we have to divide the given fraction by its HCF. Okay, so we'll start. Okay, so scholars, you can find factors by any method. So the factors of 30 we have as 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, when you will multiply these numbers, you will get number as 30. See, 2 3s are 6 and 6 5s are 30. Okay, and factors of 48 we have as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, now we will find common factors. Common factors means the numbers that are present in factors of 30 and in factors of 48. So scholars, we can see that 2 and 3, okay, both numbers are present in factors of 30 and 48. So the common factors are 2 multiplied by 3. Now we'll find HCF by multiplying the common factors. So 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6, and it is the highest common factor of 30 and 48. Now we'll start with our second step. Our second step is that we have to reduce the given fraction by its HCF. So we have to divide the given fraction by its HCF, that is by 6. Okay, so we'll divide 30 by 48 by 6. Okay, why by 6? Because the highest common factor of 30 and 48 is 6. Okay, so when I will divide 30 by 6, I will get quotient as 5, because 6 5s are 30. Okay, and when I will divide 48 by 6, I will get quotient as 7. Why? Because 6 7s are 48. Okay, so here we have got the new fraction, that is 5 upon 7, which is the reduced form of 30 upon 48. Okay scholars, so scholars, rest all sum you have to do it by yourself, that is sum number B and sum number C. First of all, you have to find factors of numerator, then factors of denominator, then you have to find common factors, and you have to multiply common factors to get its HCF, and lastly you have to divide the given fraction by its HCF. Okay, then you will get its reduced form. Okay scholars. So scholars, now we will see question number 3 of exercise 6.2, that is circle the fractions that are in their lowest form. Okay, we have to circle those fractions that are in their lowest form. Okay, so we'll see 2 upon 10. Okay, now we can see that 2 upon 10, they both are even number and we can easily divide 2 upon 10 by 2. It means 2 upon 10 is not in the lowest form. Okay, now we will see next fraction, that is B fraction. 7 upon 8. Okay, now we know that 7 upon 8, we don't have any common factor other than 1 in 7 upon 8. It means 7 upon 8 is in their lowest form. Okay, we cannot divide 7 upon 8 further. Okay, so we have to circle 7 upon 8. Okay, now we'll see next fraction, that is C, 8 upon 4. Again, 8 and 4 both are even number. We can easily divide them by 2. It means 8 upon 4 is not in its lowest form. So we don't have to circle. Okay. Now we will see next, that is 2 upon 3. Next fraction is 2 upon 3. Again we can see that 2 upon 3, they don't have any common factor between them. It means 2 upon 3 is in its lowest form. Okay. So we have to circle 2 upon 3. Okay. Now next fraction, that is E fraction, 6 upon 8. Again scholars, we can see that 6 and 8 both are even number. We can easily divide them by 2. It means 6 upon 8 is not in its lowest form. Okay, so we don't have to circle 6 upon 8. Now we'll come to next fraction, that is 4 upon 5. Okay, now scholars, we can see that we don't have any common factor between 4 upon 5. It means that it is in its lowest form. We cannot divide further 4 upon 5. Okay, so which fractions you will circle? B, that is 7 upon 8, D, that is 2 upon 3, and F, that is 4 upon 5, because these fractions are in their lowest form. We cannot divide them further. Okay, and they don't have any common factor other than 1. Okay, scholars. Okay, now scholars, it's time for your task. You have to complete rest all sums. That is from question number 1, you have to complete B, D and E number sum, and from question number 2, you have to complete B, C and E number sum. Okay, scholars, so you have to follow the same steps and method. So scholars, we have completed exercise 6.2 in this video, and from our next video we will be starting with exercise 6.3. Okay, so thank you scholars, take care of yourself and complete this exercise in your notebook with good handwriting. Okay, thank you scholars, bye.